Welcome, BISD students, parents, teachers, and anyone else tuning in. I'm Marinette Parkinson, coordinator of STEM for BISD. I'm so sorry. The experiments we will conduct will coincide with the curriculum that our students are currently learning in their science classes. To conduct the experiment, I would like to introduce our two special guests, Mr. Royce Gardner and Ms. Cormier.
Thank you, Ms. Parkinson. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, me too. Woo.
This is going to be a great experiment. Today we're going to do an experiment that's going to show you how wind and water interact with the world around us through what's called erosion to create the landscapes that we see.
Yeah. Awesome. We are so excited to be working with ExxonMobil on these STEM sessions here at the STEM Center. Let's get ready for our experiment.
Okay, so take a look. You'll see here some of the materials that we use, but I'll just kind of walk you through it and describe it. We got a styrofoam cup, and we're going to punch a few holes there in the bottom. We've got these two cups that are just being used to kind of raise things up so that we can get the right elevation for our experiment. And we're using a ruler just to hold things. You know, you can use whatever you have around your house that would do that same thing. Now here what we have is a bit of a tray. We've lined it with a cloth, but you could use a trash bag for that as well. Gather some soil from outside, and then having a big cookie sheet or maybe a cake pan, something down here just to catch so that the experiment, that's where the mess is going to go.
Awesome. Now that we have gathered our supplies, let's get ready to set up our experiment. First, you're going to place the plastic covering over the cooking sheet. Then you're going to take 3 cups of soil and you're going to turn them upside down. You're going to also use the 2 cups that you had to the side, and you're going to place a ruler on top of those cups. And on top of the ruler, you're going to place a cup, a styrofoam cup, with a hole placed in it. And you want to make sure that you keep your water handy.
Okay. So for the first part of the experiment, let's take a look at what happens with wind. And for wind today, handy straw, and I'm just going to blow.
Awesome.
So,
now that we have taken a look, what did you
I was going to say, what did you see there?
I saw the soil. It moved. It moved.
Yeah, exactly. So one thing you might have noticed was that when we were blowing on this part up here, where the soil's more packed and firm and connected, it had enough rigidity and strength that the wind didn't do much to it. But what happened down here? The wind was able to easily blow the loose soil.
Awesome, awesome. So now that we have seen what air and what blowing wind can do to soil, let's take a look and see what water can do. And this will represent rain. So we will demonstrate the impacts of wind by blowing. Well, he did that part. I'm sorry. We're going to pour water in the styrofoam cup, which will then demonstrate the impacts of rain. You'll notice that water causes the dirt to break and that the soil will move.
Hold that for you.
Thank you. So messy.
So what are you observing? Well, you notice here that the soil is, once it gets wet, it starts to move more easily, right? And that the momentum of the water is carrying that away. And most of the soil that we had all around our hills here is completely been washed away.
I know.
So very much similar to what you see in the world around us.
Yeah.
Wind and water combined together over the last billions of years literally form many of the landscapes that we have. Canyons and valleys, well, we now have some pretty clean areas, you might imagine look just like valleys. And we have some mountains left behind. That's the effect that wind and water have on the world around us.
Awesome, thank you. We hope that you have enjoyed today's STEM stay-at-home activity. We look forward to having ExxonMobil back here